for me, the artistic path, what is important is that you're doing the best that you can. So literally, when I was sending in the family chat with the girls the songs, because there's 6 songs, yeah, in the EP, I literally send them and I would write in every message, I cannot do it better. Of course, now I hear, you hear everything that you didn't do at that moment. But I know
It's just a demo, right?
it's just that no, and you know that at the moment you just couldn't do it better,
Mhm.
and that's the commitment. I did put, like, I don't know,
Everything you've got in
everything, and 48 hours recording 6 songs nonstop. I was went this way, went the other way. The producer came, he gave me a way to record that is completely different how I was doing it, but it sounded better. It was also harder because it's easier to go. He records with all the effects in the channel, and it's just easier to go out of pitch. So it's harder to record that way because you're hearing everything and you're like, whoa. So it's harder to. But it's just such a. And I went and re-record the whole album, and but that's what you gotta do, and then this is the best I could have done.
So I think the conclusion here for this, right, specific what you're saying, is that you're enjoying what you're doing.
I love
You're
it.
enjoying yourself.
I love it.
You're feeling happy.
Yes, I love it. I love it.
That's important.
I
right?
laugh like a crazy person. Every time somebody gives me something because, for example, the repetition that I just don't follow, and that I just don't follow, that's gonna be a back vocal. The producer gave me that. Nico told me that. And when I recorded, I'm like, this is so good. I didn't have that idea, but it's just so good. So I love, and it's a feeling. Because music is something that I have been doing just with the feeling. It just feels like I like it, and that's it. And then when I'm writing, I'm just trying to write something not clever, but in a way that how can I tell the truth? Because this is a song that I wrote to a girl that has blue eyes, and she will always be crying. So I was those misty eyes. I got up, paint a picture full of blue color that I just don't follow because she would tell me things and I would get confused. So it's a beautiful way, in my opinion, of how to say something simple. Yeah, that I can say.
But it's really good that you also have this capability
Yeah.
to build good storylines.
Yeah. Well, but I've been writing since I'm 4. So the writing part was not going to be a problem. The thing that has surprised me is the melody line and the singing. I just love that part. And it just comes very natural because I don't hear to other music to, oh, how I'm gonna do this. I'm just like, well, this feels slow. So I'm gonna. So I want this. I want this. Oh, this feels repetitive. Now I want a little surprise here. Like it's just a feeling kind of guiding everything, and it has been a beautiful journey because I'm having a blast.
Happy to welcome you
Yes,
to the musician
and you
world.
You have been part of this. This is why I wanted to talk to you because it's so cool. And specifically with this song, I remember when I started playing with the beat, I'm like, fuck, because I remember that I loved it.
Is this also going to be like your key song, or do you have other?
No, this is not the promotion. You want to hear the promotion?
Obviously.
Okay, let me put you.
I'm so looking forward, like to hearing, the finish.
The finish. Me
the
too.
Finished
The
version.
finish. Because I'm gonna tell you, between when I heard the Facts version from my vulgar song, from what I had, I was not even that one. I'm gonna tell you, we had this was super funny. When we were making the movie, we had this mixed and mastered version from the Patricia song, and then we play it to Patricia. Well, what do you think? It's well, it's not mixed and mastered. When it's gonna be mastered, I'll tell you. And we were like, yeah, of course. Who's the guy that you work with? And then we compare what Fax had done with the guy previously. It was night to day the difference, but even in her song, the difference was so big. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow. Like I was very, very, very impressed. I do feel that in general, I like a little bit, not for Patricia's song, I think is perfect, and the other song, Better song, is amazing. I just feel that in general, for my music, I like dirty things a
A
little
little
bit
bit,
more. I like
a
a
little
little,
bit dry,
yeah,
right?
yeah, and I also like more backing vocals and things a little bit, maybe a little bit rushed here and that, that is just more of a, but at the end of the day, I also believe that you work in teams, so I need to make everybody happy. And when the song is going to be in the radio, and in the platforms, in the radio, in the platforms, everybody needs to be happy with what is there. And I think for me it's more important for them to be happy than for me to be happy.
I'm really glad that you have found, this team
Yeah,
that you can work with and you can rely on.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
really important because it's not that easy to find, you know.
No, no,
And
it's
and, and,
really hard.
and you've been through that,
Yes,
you
yeah,
know
yeah,
it,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know
yeah,
it
yeah.
perfectly.
Yeah. No, I'm super happy because, but I found it through you, through all of the ones that came before, because um, for me, yeah, it was immediate. Like when we started working in music, with our friend before, it was just immediately I felt this is something that is had an energy on its own, and I just love doing it, and I wanted to do more.
And you
And
trusted, right?
yeah, yeah. Well, and
The whole process,
I
yeah.
really felt that everybody that was around me was really good. I can't believe how good Nico's music is right now, because he also wasn't making these beats back in the day. He has gotten way better.
Yeah, but also back then he was,
No, no. He back then he was
he,
already the man. Yeah,
he was
yeah,
a big thing,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
in
yeah,
Lithuania, right?
yeah. But the
Yeah.
thing is that you know every I stuck with Nico because Nico has grown a lot as a person too. So, we have same type of interest, same type of, like when we were doing my song, because he told me, when you record, do a bunch of back vocals, then I'll take out. So here you're hearing everything dirty because I'm talking all the way through from the beginning to the end, so he can cut and take out. And when he was doing the final versions and sending the things to fax and the tracks, he was very aware of, oh, how do you feel about this, how do you feel about that, and the conversation became more about how do we feel about stuff. And I think that is something that we didn't used to do. Like when we were working in the Danny Silver project, it was like, oh, this song should sound, there was like guys had all these kind of references.
But maybe it was also, you know, applicable to the time when you were writing, right? Because not only people evolve, right,
Yeah,
with the time as well, like
yeah,
the style, the I don't know, the practices on how you do it, right? Maybe back then it made sense, like to
yeah,
it was just the way it was,
yeah,
and now it like changed the turn,
yeah.
somewhere
Well,
else.
one thing that has happened to me is that I have a job, a daily job. I have stuff to do. If I'm gonna do this, I have been really approaching it from, it has to be fun, not fun, but it has to be something that I vibe to,
Yeah.
and that's how I approach it, and somehow with Nico has worked because it's
How often do you guys what's your meeting point?
we
Somewhere
met.
in the by the border?
No, we met. He came here because I wanted to do a podcast with him.
Yeah.
So we flew him in, and he was here, I think, a couple of days. Amazing. We had a blast. Got uber drunk. Music.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
But we normally, I think the writing process, I do it alone. So, and then I come with my ideas,
You
but
send it over.
and then I send it over, and we meet, and then we start talking, and then he, at the end, I send him all the vocals, and then we finish. But we have found a way that is very, that everybody's working on their own side, but it was like that from the beginning. Sorry, damn, I'm spitting all over the place. It was like that since the beginning, that I remember we would say, Nico, we want a beat like this, or we're trying to make a song. 3 hours later, he would send a beat. So we weren't there with him all the time because, it's remotely, he's in Lithuania. So So I
You were his clients more than partners, right? And now maybe
yes.
you're more partners than
Well, I think it's in a way, no, we were still partners because he was really
into.
into it in the beginning. He really believed in the project, and all the people from that side, they really believed in the project. If anything, they were sad that nothing ever happened. And but I do feel that we have found a very good way of doing things, that when we meet, things are very done. So the decisions are a
Clear.
little,
Like
yes, no,
the
they're not that much.
structure is
Yes,
there, right?
is almost all there. As I told you, for this one, I only recorded one more voice. That was that second voice. Then I just can't follow. It's the only thing that I put it, because yeah, everything else was it was done already. So, but I love it. I love it. And every time when we meet up, we catch up, we talk about the same thing all over again. It's very funny because, we have kind of like a way of experiencing life that we go back to the same all the time.
Maybe that's because I've also have been thinking about this,
Yeah.
uh, when I have with someone this thing, where we always come back to the same topics.
Yes.
I think it's because it's so important to us, but we don't have anyone else to talk about that,
1 billion%.
right?
1 billion
Because we
percent.
don't like it's so important, but only we two
Yes.
were
No,
present.
I'm gonna tell
in
you
that moment.
why it's true, that because last time I was with Nico, one of my brothers was here, not the one that you know, but the other one.
Yeah.
And he was here, and he was so bored that we were talking about this. He was like, "Oh my God, you're gonna start again with this?" I'm like, he doesn't get it. It's like, motherfucker,
And
nobody
even
talks about this.
even if the same words
Yeah,
are
yeah, yeah.
used, right? Exactly the same order.
Yeah.
It's still like you've been hearing that for the first time,
Yes.
right? It's still as interesting
Yeah.
topic
1,000%.
as it was
One
at
thousand
the
percent.
beginning.
But
Yeah.
I'm very happy to show you my music.
I'm very happy to hear. Thank you for sharing. I
Yes.
mean, I'm again looking so much forward
Good.
to hearing that.
Good.
It's unbelievable.
Okay.
Santiago,
thank you.
you're crazy.
Yes.
I mean it in every word, in every way possible.
Yeah.
The work ethic
Yeah.
that you have, that's insane.
Yes. Thank you.
I really hope and believe that you know that.
Yes.
And
It's,
yeah.
it's by design. It's by design. Yeah, I love working. Listen, we normally, when I start the podcast, I have how to say, a friendly improvised conversation, and then we get into some questions that they have for us. Yeah. But this time, our friendly improvised conversation, I think, has been the longest ever I have done, because I don't know how long we have been doing it.
Really?
But normally it's like 40 minutes, but I feel right now it has been way more. One hour and a half. Yeah, nice. Okay, so let's
Wow.
just to have some structure. But listen, I love this type of conversations because I feel I know that in 10 years, all the work that we all have done is gonna be somewhere. And we're gonna be able to be back and see, look, this is when she saw, and it was in the camera, your reaction. And that's how I look at Santiago nervous there. I'm gonna see myself and I'm saying, this is what I was thinking there.
No, but like in the before,
Yes.
like off camera,
Yes.
we talked about that we haven't talked like deep talks for a long time.
Yes.
And then now is going to be the time.
Yes.
And it really was,
It
right?
really was. That's why I was saving it for the camera. I mean, come on, people need to hear
Hear what we talk about.
Yes,
right?
it's
When we meet.
important. Non-boring conversation.
Because this actually didn't differ anything.
That when we talk normally.
When we talk
The
normally.
only things that I had a surprise, and normally when we're talking, I don't bring you a surprise, but yeah. Listen, so we put it some questions that are related to music in general, to your musical path, let's call it that way.
All right.
Okay, so I'm gonna start with the first one. That is like, how are your because I'm into tips and tricks. Yeah. So for example, what do you do how to overcome fear when it's everything related to music? Now, for example, today you told